Am I the a-hole for calling the police on my mother and sister after they stole my custom wedding dress? I, 29F, got married 2 years ago to my husband, David. I saved up for a very long time to afford my absolute dream wedding dress. It was a $4,000 custom-designed silk gown with intricate, hand-stitched lacework at the hem. After the wedding, I had it professionally cleaned, preserved, and stored safely in my guest room closet. My younger sister, Haley, 24F, is getting married in 2 months. She has always been the golden child of the family, and my mother constantly bends over backwards to accommodate her. Haley ended up blowing her entire wedding budget on a lavish venue and an expensive photographer, leaving her with absolutely zero money for a dress. A few weeks ago, my mom casually mentioned that Haley should just wear my wedding dress to save money. I immediately told them no. Not only is the dress highly sentimental to me, but Haley is almost 6 inches shorter than I am. Making the dress fit her would require a seamstress to completely hack off the custom, hand-stitched lacework at the bottom, permanently destroying the gown's original design. Haley threw a tantrum, but I stood my ground. Last weekend, David and I went out of town for a brief anniversary trip. When we got back on Sunday evening, I went into the guest room and noticed the preservation box was missing. I immediately checked my home security cameras. Sure enough, the footage showed my mother using the emergency spare key I gave her years ago to unlock my front door. She and Haley walked in empty-handed and walked out 10 minutes later carrying my dress box. I was seeing red. I called my mother and demanded she bring the dress back immediately. She breezily told me to calm down, claiming the dress was already at her local seamstress getting altered for Haley. She said I was being incredibly selfish for letting a piece of fabric sit in a closet when my sister desperately needed it, and that family shares. I didn't argue. I told her she had exactly 1 hour to retrieve the dress and return it to my house untouched, or I was calling the police. My mom laughed, told me to stop being dramatic, and hung up on me. So, I called the non-emergency police line. I reported the dress stolen and provided the security footage clearly showing them taking it. The police paid a visit to my mother's house that evening. When faced with an actual theft charge, my mother completely panicked, confessed, and gave the officers the address of the seamstress. Thankfully, the police helped me recover the dress early the next morning before the seamstress had made any cuts. Haley is now inconsolable, crying that her wedding is ruined and she has nothing to wear. My parents are absolutely furious with me. My extended family is blowing up my phone, calling me a monster for getting law enforcement involved over a borrowed family heirloom and traumatizing my mother. They say I took a minor family disagreement and went completely nuclear. I feel like my mother and sister committed a literal crime by breaking into my house and stealing a $4,000 dress, but the family backlash is intense.